Sister Antoinette Desroches was originally from Miscouche, where she was born in 1898, and she studied at the local school, which was the convent school, run by the Sisters of the Congregation of Notre Dame. And she was a very bright student, very intelligent. She decided to become a teacher, so she went to study at Prince of Wales, at the normal school there, where she was a very successful student, was the first of her class. And at the age of 18, she started teaching in schools on the island, and then was a teacher at the model school at Prince of Wales College. But when she was 25 years old, she decided that she wanted to become a nun. So she joined the Congregation of Notre Dame and had a very long teaching career, over 50 years, teaching mainly in Prince Edward Island, but also in other places in Canada. Sister Antoinette Desroches, who was also known as Sister Saint Emmanuel, was a great teacher. She enjoyed teaching, and she especially loved teaching history and trying to include Acadian history in her classes. But she got involved with the first Acadian Historical Society, which was founded in 1955 during the annual convention of the Acadian teachers. So she became the secretary of that group, and a few years later she was the president of that society. And one of the projects of the Acadian Historical Society was to have an Acadian museum on the island. In the winter of 1964, Sister Antoinette, who was 66 years old but still teaching, was in class. Her students were writing an exam, and during that time she decided to write a letter of invitation to Acadian leaders from the island to come to a meeting at the Miscouche convent to discuss the building of an Acadian museum. And I'll read you a little section of her letter. She says, "Dear Acadian who wants your spirit to live when your body is dead, do you think that after we die we will be quickly forgotten? This thought was one of the reasons why the Egyptians built the pyramids. Wouldn't it be a consolation for you to know that there will be a building to remember you for generations to come? Here's one way to keep your memory alive. Help build an Acadian museum in Miscouche. It was here in 1884 that the Acadian flag and the national anthem were chosen." And she ends her letter by saying, "May Our Lady of the Assumption touch your hearts so that you come to show that the Acadians of the island can work together for the Acadian cause." So that's part of the letter that she wrote that was sent to Acadian leaders across the island who met at the Miscouche convent and decided that it was time to build an Acadian museum with help from money that was available for the centennial of 1964. So she was very much involved in collecting the artifacts that she had started before, a few years before the museum was built. And also she took care of her old mother. Her mother lived to be 106, I believe. And almost every day she'd visit her mother and she'd ask her questions on the history of Miscouche, genealogy, and she'd take notes, songs that she knew, and all that information has been preserved at the Acadian Museum. In the year 2000, an Acadian Historical Committee was set up, and it was decided that it would be called the Sister Antoinette Desroches Historical Committee to remind us of all the work that Sister Desroches had done for the preservation of Acadian heritage on the island, the museum, and also all the research that she had done over the years. So this committee is still very active, and we are very proud that her name has been kept to represent the Historical Committee of the Acadians of PEI.